Challenge to build, back at it. It's been a few days since I've been on the live stream, and I can promise you absolutely nothing has happened. So like I said, you haven't really missed anything. I've kind of been staring at this front axle for the past couple days, wondering just exactly what to do with it now that I own it. How many of you have bought something in the past thinking that it was a good idea, and then you just kind of sit and stare at it for a while, and then it's like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that? Go ahead, raise your hand. Don't be shy. I won't know if you're raising your hand, but you know. Because this front axle is quite large. Now that I have it in front of the truck and out from the surrounding area, it's quite big. I gotta be careful with this bad boy. I am going to spend a couple minutes and just take the last couple measurements and write them down. Not that I think it's gonna really play into what I'm doing, but this way here I will have them if need be. Half a hot rods, I wasn't even close, buddy. The truck looked like it was close, but it was a long ways away, and there were so many different aspects of what was built previously that just really bothered me. So, you know, after really taking some time, like there was a good probably 6 month time frame that I didn't even touch the truck, didn't even look at the truck. I was busy working on the dually and other projects. And then after taking all that time to kind of assess where I was at and where I wanted to go, while it was crazy to start over, for where I want to go with it, it would just be easier and cheaper in the long run to just take the eraser and start over. So some big changes are going to be made. What do we got? I need a bigger tape measure, actually. I broke my Stanley Fat Max a little while ago, so we'll say hub, flange to hub flange. Come on, guys. That's that short-term memory loss. Holy crap. It was what, 84 and a half, I think. Ay, ay, ay. Because with how I'm going to go about chopping this thing up, I might end up getting involved in narrowing it down a little bit for the track width, because the truck fender to fender on the outside with the flares is already at right around the same width as hub to hub. So I might kind of suck it in a little bit. Might suck in that gut maybe 4 or 5 inches, I'm not sure. I don't even know if I need this measurement, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. No, far from it there, Toyota. 6.6 liter. Caterpillar diesel. So 3116 Caterpillar. Little ways away from a small block 350. We got about 350 cubic inches of it sitting inside the cab. So going down a different road. That is a 210 horsepower, give or take a little bit, and right around like 450 to 500 foot-pounds of torque, I guess. Again, give or take, plus or minus on both sides. In the realm of diesel, right, it's not crazy, but it'll move the truck along. All right. All right. TikTok, YouTube, you guys play nicely together, okay? Everybody say hi, you know, YouTube, say hi to TikTok, TikTok, say hi to YouTube, okay? We can play nicely together. We can be friends. You don't have to like disagree on anything here, but make sure we get that out of the way. Everybody say hi. No, this is not editing. Set you guys up over here. All right, put your bets down too on whether or not this falls off the jack stands tonight. I don't know. Nobody laugh at me, all right? I don't want to get hurt either. Ah! Oof, I felt that one in the stomach. I just ate a little while ago too, so. Listen to the sound of them clicks, man. Heavy duty. Brought up some indigestion too. All right, we're gonna leave that one on there for a minute. I'm getting nervous with this thing bouncing around on this thing. Should I hit it on the knuckle? Or should I hit it up here? I feel like I should hit it on the knuckle. I think we're going to go for the knuckle first. And hopefully we get lucky with that. All right. It broke free. All right, now before I actually take this one off, I'm going to go do the same thing. I'm going to go over there, take off the nuts, loosen that one up because I don't want this thing to get too out of whack with weight. And then I will probably use my jack to hold the weight and then drop this thing down. So we'll move you over to the other side and I'll repeat the process. I need this. And that one's broken. Maybe this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one out or not. I must be doing something wrong. Generally, the second one always goes faster, except in this situation. She's not playing nice with me right now. Gotcha. Let's see if I can hurt my stomach again. Oh boy. Ah. Stroke. Stroke. Oh my. The big shot. I guess we'll hit that one too while we're at it. Who else loves the smell of pea blaster? Raise your hand. Who else knows about the acetone transmission fluid 50-50 mix that actually outdoes pea blaster for penetrant? How many people know about that garage hack? There we go. All right. Done deal. Piece of cake. All right, let's go. This is kind of like how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop, right? Everybody take a guess and then count for me. So I already had what? That was 2, right? That was a half. It's all that time. There's probably some people watching the live stream that are like, what is he talking about? An owl and the Tootsie Pop and the licks. 1, 2, 3. How many people know that one? I don't exactly know how I'm going to. Probably would be easier with the cherry picker. Who calls it a cherry picker? Does anybody call it a cherry picker? Engine hoist, cherry picker? Is that old school too? Kind of feel like something bad's going to happen. Just saying. Hopefully not. Ugh. How many else grunt and groan when they do stuff like that, when they go to pick something heavy up? Ugh. Again, I can't be the only one. And I'd have to admit that worked out better than anticipated. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good. Dang it. Why did I have to do that? That sucker's blown out anyway. Ah. This isn't going to be fun. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. All right, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Ah. All right. All right, so here's the wager. This is what we're wagering on here. We're just going for bragging rights. Oh my gosh. Well, I lost, so here you go. Well, now it's moving. It just made a liar out of me because I'm pulling on it. But the weight came in at 123 pounds. All right. And unfortunately, I think it's a little late to, it's about 8:30. I got done everything that I wanted to get done, actually. But now this is where we just kind of sit and stare and look at it, and we can talk about it a little bit. Originally, I was trying to kind of keep all of this stuff attached to the axle because I was going to try to utilize it moving forward, but I think the starting point for a brand new custom axle is just to strip everything off and start with a bare axle tube. I'm going to try to cut these off in a fashion to where I can save them. This way here I can always use them for either this build or something else later on down the line. One thing I do want to do is check on the actual axle tube. I believe that this is a 1/2 inch thick axle tube. Yep. Yeah, Chaotic, I've definitely been pretty busy the last week or so. Ever since I picked up this front axle assembly, there was a ton of content that I pulled from it. The live stream with Newman Innovation, that was fun, so that turned into an episode. I've been doing some review videos and just kind of, well, I had a little side job. I did a little side job with someone tracked me down from watching one of my YouTube videos with the airbag dually project, and he hit me up and he wanted me to make him a custom set of airbag cups for his truck. So that took a little bit of time. So yeah, just kind of like a really busy week. This is actually the first time that I've set aside some time to go live stream. And a lot of that had to do with clearing my phone of all of the old footage with all of the editing that I was doing and all of the posting, because that is one downside of doing all of my work with mobile devices, is it really limits you on your storage capacity. So you kind of have to do a little bit of work and then clear it all out. Do a little bit of work and clear it all out. So if you do anything with a mobile phone, storage is a big deal. And one of the best things that I can recommend for storage is just getting yourself an external little hard drive or a flash drive. I have one 500 megabyte drive that's almost filled already. So I'm going to try to pick up another 1 terabyte drive here real soon. So, but now we're going to talk about the axle. So let's see if anybody has any bright ideas. We're going to break out the CAD drawing, okay? CAD drawing. What do we got? CAD. Can anybody tell me what it is? Maybe. it all in the shed? I think it's all in the shed. Cardboard aided design. Mr. Burke nailed it. This is a little large, I think. Yes, it's just a tad large. So, here we go. There's a 6x6 down here. We're gonna use this referencing ground clearance. So my goal is to have about a minimum of 6 inches of ground clearance. This here is going to represent the new axle tube. This is not the right size, but bear with me, as Doc Brown would say. I did not get a chance to build everything to scale, so just rock and roll with me a little bit. I have two options with this axle. One option is to find a company locally and actually have a custom drop bent into this axle tube. This axle tube needs to drop approximately 9 inches in the center to clear the Caterpillar engine. So option one would be to cut these knuckles off. For those of you who were in the live stream with Newman Innovation, I think on Monday or over the weekend, it was interesting because he has a very similar project that he's getting ready to do. He's getting ready to work on a 37 school bus. And his plan is to cut these knuckles off and then actually take solid plate and cut out the drop in solid plate to build his own I-beam drop axle. So for me, I thought about the same thing. I thought about cutting off the knuckles, having them machined out for the new axle that could get bent and dropped for the truck. Option number two is going to be more so the option that I'm going to go down right now, because I think in the long run of things, I could probably build it cheaper. It would entail a lot more fabrication, but I could, one, say that I did it all myself. I built the axle. Two, I think give me experience, and just because I simply love to build the stuff. I also like being told that you can't do it, or that it's crazy, you're never going to be able to accomplish it, ultimately driving me to accomplish said goal. So I did already achieve it in this one over here. And we're going to kind of do the same thing, but just a little bit differently. The tricky part is if I do get involved in narrowing the track width, I will have to spend some time to fabricate some kind of jig or brace or something to hold everything together once we put it all back together. But we can figure that out when the time comes. But that's kind of where my head is at in all of this. It's one of them things that's probably really, I'm trying my best to try to convey what I'm trying to accomplish. I think a lot of you probably understand where I'm headed. Some of you probably think I'm crazy, and half the time I think I'm crazy too. But the next thing for me is I will probably be out here tomorrow chopping some of these brackets off and cleaning this up. The goal would be to just strip everything down, clean the axle tube, and prep everything for the major undergoing that it's going to be having. I think I might ride to the salvage yard tomorrow. For one, I can give him back his tires that he gave me. Two, I can take a look and see about wheel selection. See if there's anything bigger than a 19.5 for the 10x225. And then I think I will stop at the steel supply to maybe see if he even has the possibility, maybe, because I know he does a lot of like agriculture and farm equipment and stuff like that. So maybe I could get lucky and find a piece of 3.5-inch axle tube maybe with a 1/2 inch wall thickness. I don't know. I don't know how lucky I could get. But we at least got the knuckles off, so that's progress in the right direction. Does anybody have any questions, concerns, thoughts? We are building this thing from ground zero. I do not have a lathe. I wish I did. I have a small milling machine back here, but I do not have a lathe. That would be awesome. Some of the things to kind of keep into the forefront of the build is, one, I just want to do better. I want to hone in on some things that I did on the old chassis, bring some of them across into the new one, and ultimately just build better. I've kind of had to hone in on my fabrication skills over the last couple of years. I've acquired some new equipment. I've gotten better at welding. I've gotten better at finishing. So ultimately, this is to just build a better chassis, bring in some new concepts, try to be different. This is why we're doing a solid front axle. Not necessarily to prove everybody wrong, but just to be like, why aren't you doing it this way? And it's because I'm trying to forge my own path. So with that, it is about 20 after 9 here on the East Coast. I think we've had a very successful live stream. I've enjoyed hanging out with all of you again tonight. It's been a couple days. Hopefully, I don't exactly know what the plan is going to be for tomorrow, but just like every other day, kind of winging it, and we'll go from there. So everybody that has followed along, thank you for the new followers. Somewhere along the line, I think someone gave me a gift, and if I missed it, I'm sorry. So if anybody has sent any of those through, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for all of the chatting and the commenting going on in the stream. That's another aspect of the live streams that really... All right, note to self. Keep an eye on battery life. I checked it earlier in the stream, and I forgot to plug in my battery pack. So let's try to end this again. Yeah, that was the cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was keep an eye on your battery life. But thankfully I heard it. So if you want to see what happened, watch the live stream replay. Anyway, where was I? The communication between the live stream kind of helps with the watching experience. So for all of you that have hung out with me and have talked amongst yourselves, I do appreciate that. Hopefully you've had a great night. I try my best to bring really good quality content to all of you. And we are building this together. So this is all new for me, and I'm having a blast. So with that, my name is Paul Michael. Thank you for watching. I've challenged my build tonight. You all need to go out and challenge yours. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I will see you in an upcoming video and or live stream. And in the meantime, go check me out on all the other social platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of the above. I'll see you all later.